Hey everybody, it's Carol Billing. Let's take a look at some food prep, cooking specific ideas to simplify. So first off, every week I do boiled chicken breasts because they can go in so many different items. If I'm going to do a pot of boiled chicken, I'll probably also do some quinoa or some brown rice and definitely hard-boiled eggs for the week as well. It's a fast way to have several things going on the stove, and while I'm doing that and they're cooking, I will also go through the refrigerator and the freezer. Some things I keep in mind as I'm going through the refrigerator is I'm going to let go of things that aren't getting eaten. That's frustrating me because I don't know about you, but I expect everything I cook and make for my family to be eaten, and the reality is it doesn't. And so instead of holding on to it in the freezer, I've started saying, okay, this didn't work, I'm not going to make this again, and tossing it and opening up that freezer space for things they will eat. So anyway, to begin, I go to the refrigerator first and I kind of categorize what needs to go out, what I need to throw into something different to use it, and what can wait until another day, depending on how much time I have to do my cooking or my food prep for the week. The second step is I go to the freezer and I pull out what I need to cook or what I think I can match with something I pulled out of the refrigerator. So in the freezer, it's not uncommon that I have sauteed bell peppers. I might have sauteed onions. Those kind of go in a lot of things. I'll have some sauteed celery. And just onion, celery, and bell pepper is sort of a base for a ton of things, especially if I'm also boiling some chicken breasts. I can add some seasoning and just those things to a crock pot one day, and because everything's cooked, it's really more of a crock pot warm-up, but it's a fast way to come up with a meal. And then also the bell peppers, they might have been snack food during the week, and then like Thursday and Friday they start to look a little on the edge, so I'll throw them, saute them, throw them in the freezer, and then that's how I sort of create that backup supply of basic foods for a crock pot. All right. In my freezer, I also try to rotate what's been in there a while, take it out, and then I keep a running grocery list. I'm sure you guys all do that as well. We only do one grocery shopping trip a week, and if it doesn't get purchased, we don't have it. And the kids know it, and they know where the grocery list is, and the minute something runs out, cereal or what have you, they know to write it on the list. And if they don't get to pick it up at the store. So I'm sort of militant about that because I'm not going to spend my life in the grocery store. We go once a week. That's it. Okay. A lot of times this process will give me plenty of food for the week. I'm always amazed at how much food we have in the house. It's crazy. So this week I, cleaning out the fridge, came across some corn that didn't get used. So I threw that in the pot to boil while I was working on the chicken. I'm not really sure how good that corn's going to be because I think it was a little bit old, so I'm probably going to scrape it off and throw it in the freezer. While I was doing that, I got those 2 pots of water boiling. I grabbed this salmon for my dinner and I marinated that, so when I got home from work it was ready to go and pretty quick to just cook it, and it was delicious, by the way. The next thing I did was I grabbed everything that I needed for this crock pot recipe. And I work a lot and I take classes, and my husband works. He has his own business. So life in our house is super chaotic. The first thing I decided I would do would be to double the recipe. So I just pulled out 2 bowls you see here and doubled everything. So I'd have one for this week and one for kind of long term, quote unquote. Somewhere in the semester I know I'm going to be starving. So, or I'm going to have a really long day. And so I can point my husband to the second freezer bag of crock pot. And you can't really tell in the bowls, but the clear bowl had the black beans, and then the green bowl actually had different kinds of beans. So the recipe was a little bit different, but basically the same. And then this is what they look like in the bags. Whenever a recipe tells me to freeze it flat, I always just throw it on a cookie sheet. That works really well. And they came out really nice and flat. And the last thing I wanted to share with you on this is if you are saving things in single servings, These little containers out of the baby food aisle are really handy. They're about the size of your hand, so it's a great serving size. They don't keep a lot of air in there, so you don't have a lot of freezer burn, and they come with tops, and they're cheap. So they're Gerber baby bowls or something like that. I use those a lot. All right, last is snacks, and a lot of times people don't prep snacks, but this is an area where you can fall off the clean eating wagon pretty easily. So here's a couple of ideas of snacks that you can sort of pre-package and grab quickly. These Kind granola bars, Kind is the brand, K-I-N-D, and someone just told me about them recently, and I tried them and I love them. They're just so much better than a more processed granola bar. My next venture is going to be figuring out how to make those, because it's got to be simple and it's super yummy. So there you go. Those are some samples. This week I tried something new. Woo! Sorry about that. It's like we're flying, isn't it? Okay. This week I tried something new, hard-boiled eggs with hummus, and really fast, really easy to prep. I can see this is going to definitely be a go-to snack for me during the school year when I'm teaching, because it's packed with protein, it fills you up. 2 eggs, pull the yolks, put a little bit of hummus in there, not a ton, but enough for flavor. And this hummus is actually a Greek olive oil hummus, and so it was Greek olive hummus, and it was salty, so it really was like tasty with the egg yolk or egg whites that are hard boiled. So that was a win. I love it when it works. Basically, food prep, this kind of food prep is only limited by your creativity. You can make a ton of stuff by what's in your fridge. You just have to try. And is every recipe going to come out good? Absolutely not. I have failed miserably with things coming out of the fridge and me attempting to create something. But I've also come up with some really amazing go-to dishes this way. So it's trial and error, but hey, you know, that's what our family's for, right? They have to love us whether we can cook or not. And I would definitely say I am not a good cook. I am much more of an assembler of things to eat. So don't be afraid to try stuff, and if it doesn't work, that's what your compost pile is for. You'll learn along the way, and you'll enlarge your repertoire of clean eating recipes. All right, I hope this is helpful. Thanks.